Do you find yourself struggling when it comes to recruiting in a network marketing business? I'm here to tell you why. The reason being is that the right 100 people that you know and are friends on a list just doesn't work. What I want to do is share with you 4 business building tips. If you want to pursue network marketing, they're going to help you recruit better and better. So the very thing you want to do is to be interested and not interesting. This is an age-old principle shared most popularly by Dale Carnegie. And basically what he taught was that if you want people to be interested in you, you must first be interested in them. And the way you go about doing that is you need to ask people probing questions. You need to ask people what it is their passions are. What are they interested in? What do they do as hobbies? What is it that most interests them? By probing and digging up this information, you'll be able to recruit more specifically or more precisely, and therefore have a much more appealing pitch when it is you choose to give them that information. Trying to be interesting yourself just isn't going to work. Most people are already skeptical. The last thing they want to hear about immediately is you. I don't mean no disrespect, but there's a 90% chance that they don't really care about you, that they may be slightly interested in the business. And so you want to focus on them entirely so that you actually grab their attention and that they let down their guards before you provide them with the information. The other thing you want to do, or the second tip, is you want to recruit from their perspective. And what I mean by that is you basically, in having the conversation in tip number 1, you've got to find out what it is that actually drives them. For example, if they have a family and essentially their drive behind the business is that they want to be able to spend more time with their family, high quality time, rather than slaving at a job 50, 60, 70 hours a week. The last thing you really want to do, or you don't really want to be spending 50% of your time on the compensation plan, because that's not really what's motivating them. What's actually motivating them is how it's going to free up their time. And so what you want to do is pitch from their perspective. Share your business and how it builds into their perspective, right? So share with them how, building a business consistently over a number of years, can help you free up your time and to be able to build a business whenever you want, build it around your family as opposed to being fixed into a job. The third tip that you want to do is focus on your prospect's dream. And again, this goes back to having that quality conversation at the very first tip, that is you're going to find out what their dream actually is. I know when I first got into network marketing, my dream was all about basketball. And so the guy that recruited me, he pitched me the idea without me even realizing at the time what he was doing, was that if you build the business strong, fast and strong enough, is that in 3 to 6 months, you'll be able to free yourself from the low-paying wage that you have, and you'll be able to focus on the business entirely part-time. And the reason that was great is that because at the time I was so focused on being successful at basketball, is that I wanted to free up my time so that I could train more, right? So that was my dream back then. My dream now is to free up my time so that when my kids are home, I can spend high quality time with them. So tying into number 1, 2, and 3, having the quality conversation, pitching from their perspective and building on their dream, all 3 of them are aligned and they can work perfectly together. But you need to have that conversation at the very beginning, find out what it is that they're all about, and make sure you give that to them from the point of view of the business, okay? If they're monetarily driven, sure, spend 50%, 60, 70% of the time showing them the compensation plan and how it can really benefit them financially, right? But you make sure that you focus on what their dream is, not yours, and nobody else's for that actual matter. The fourth and final tip is not as aligned as the first 3, but it is just as important. Practice makes perfect. Now, this is an age-old adage, and I don't necessarily believe in it, but I know for a fact that practice makes you a lot better at whatever it is that you're actually doing. It doesn't matter if it's writing blog content. It doesn't matter if it's pitching your business in a network marketing opportunity. It doesn't matter if it's playing basketball, right? Practice is what's going to make you better. This is how you improve. So, for example, when I first started creating videos, man, I sucked. The last thing I wanted to do was look at a camera and try and give someone advice, And that's part of social conditioning, and you probably feel that way too. So, we can definitely help you out with that. That's not a problem. My point is that when I first got in front of a camera, I was terrified. I definitely didn't want to speak. I sure as hell didn't know how to engage. And I almost froze, right? Because I was so terrified that the message that I shared would be rejected. Okay, But as I've practiced, as I've created more and more videos, as I've gone into different niches and given my advice, I've come to learn that, yeah, hey, maybe 1 in 10, 1 in 20 people are going to say, dude, you're an idiot. Well, what I'm actually going to find is that 9 out of 10, 19 out of 20 people are actually going to go, man, this is great stuff. Thank you so much for the advice. You put me on a path that scammers have tried to get me on, right? And that you've actually saved me a lot of time. Understand that by you practicing, and in this point of view, what I'm actually talking about is your pitch, right? Your business's plan and your compensation plan and so on, and the steps that you actually take them through. All MLMs have them. You need to practice what your pitch is actually going to be, and that includes walking through the first 3 steps that I've spoken about earlier. Be interested, not interesting. Recruit from their perspective, and focus on your prospect's dream. You want to build those 3 elements into the MLM plan that you have, or the network marketing plan that you're going to be showing, and you want to take people through a process. So when you actually practice and you get better and better and better, not only will it flow a lot more naturally and therefore make people a lot more comfortable, but you're actually going to find that you're going to open up and start having fun yourself. And as a result, people are either going to be interested in the business or they're going to be interested in you, as opposed to just possibly the business, right? So it essentially doubles your opportunities or your chances of signing someone up and therefore being a lot more successful at your business. So again, these are just 4 tips for your network marketing business recruiting. What I'd also highly suggest is watch some more videos on my blog, because there I give a lot of advice on how to build businesses, specifically online. And I really enjoy helping people, and I know I can help people. I can help you build your business, whether you choose to be in a network marketing business. I choose not to, because there are a lot better ways to make marketing online, but that's another conversation for another day. And if you're ever interested, please go ahead and reach out below. Look at my blog, check out my website, contact me. You'll find, if you look at my blog, that I engage with everybody that comes to my site. If people comment on my videos, on my blogs, I reply. If people email me, I reply. I'm always there. I'm not here just to ignore you and not help you. I'm here to help you build your business no matter what it is. Okay, so reach out, have the conversation with me, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be glad that you did. Take care, and we'll talk soon.